Okay, what's the difference between MAC address table, routing table, and ARP table? And why do we have so many different tables? Let me explain this. All the switches, they have MAC address table, and MAC addresses, they work on layer 2. Last week we discussed this thing already. So it's very simple. MAC address table, it works on switches, it exists on switches, and it gives us the correlation between MAC addresses and the physical ports. MAC addresses and physical ports. It tells us that this physical port, fast Ethernet 0/0, has a device connected. It does not tell that this is the MAC address of this port. It tells us which device is connected on this port. So today we will be doing a lab as well, a practical lab after this. In this practical lab, I will show you how does a switching table or MAC address table, how do they work, how is it different from routing table. So I have prepared these practical scenario and this practical lab of Packet Tracer. The link will be, the download link for Packet Tracer file will be in the description of the video. You guys can download and in your Google Drive as well. And so we will discuss this switching scenario, that how does the ARP table gets built up and how does this MAC address table gets built up on a switch. And then we will extend this scenario. We will see that when a ping packet, when a ping message on layer 7, when it is generated on a computer A and it reaches to computer D, how does it travel, how does it get converted into layer 2 frame, then again layer 3 IP packet, then again layer 2 frame, and how do these tables get populated. So it's very important to understand the network communication, that how does it happen practically, right? So back to our topic, what is the difference between MAC address table, routing table, and ARP table? MAC address table gives us the correlation between MAC addresses and physical ports. Routing table gives us the correlation between the destination network and the next hop IP address or the local interface. It tells us how to reach to this destination using layer 3 paths. It also gives a lot of information, but mainly it gives us these few information. Then ARP table, what is this then? We have switching table, MAC table, routing table. Why do we need ARP table? So ARP table, it gives us the correlation between IP address and MAC address, because some of the devices, for example, computers, they need this table as well. So my computer, for example, in here, if I type CMD and RA, so now this one is giving me correlation between IP addresses and MAC addresses, and also it is telling me that how was this correlation learned, how was it built. So dynamically means automatically, statically means configured. So it tells me that there is a device which has an IP address 192.168.43.1 and it has a MAC address of 606D6 and so on. So this is called ARP table. Now, another thing, these are very important points to note down for your career, for your interviews. So switches, they always have MAC address tables, very simple. And how to find a MAC address table? Show MAC dash address dash table. Or sometimes there is no dash on Cisco routers, show MAC address table, that's all. So if we go to a switch in Cisco Packet Tracer and here I type enable show MAC address table. So this one is showing me the MAC address table, which is empty at the moment. Why? Because there is no network communication. This is also very important point, and we will discuss in today's scenarios as well. So let me ping from computer number A. We go to desktop. Let me see, there is IP. Yes. Okay, we go there and we try to ping the other computer. Ping. So what I am doing here, I am going to ping from here through the switch. So when the data will pass, when the layer 2 frames, everything will pass through the switch. Switch will have the MAC address table built up. Let me put it on a side. So currently it's empty. You can see there is nothing. Why is it empty and why it will be populated? We'll discuss it. afterwards. So we are pinging 10.0.0.2, enter. As soon as we ping, now we come back to this switch and we type the same command. Now you can see as soon as we have pinged, some data passed through, and now we have the correlation. So this correlation is telling us that VLAN is default, we don't care here. So that there is a device which has a MAC address of AAA and it is connected on the switch port FA0/1, which is which port? Which is this port. So you can see the MAC address of this port is different. So AAA, I have modified the MAC address actually just to give you an idea. So it is telling me that this is the MAC address, right? So this is called switching table, MAC address table, or CAM table. Slowly we will move to the second scenario of this lab and you will know about the other tables as well. So back to our point, switches, they always have MAC address table, very simple. Now the discussion is about routers, computers, and hosts, printers, IP cameras, everything which works on layer 3 and on layer 7 application layer. So routers, they always have ARP table. ARP is address resolution protocol, which resolves IP addresses into MAC, or you can say MAC into IP. There is something called ARP, and then there is RARP as well, reverse ARP, which converts back the MAC into IP. So routers, they always have, this is very important for your interviews in future, these 3 points. So routers, they always have ARP table and routing table as well. So a router has 2 tables. One is ARP table, you can query using show IP ARP, and then there is routing table which we saw last weekend. It is called show IP route. Let me show you practically. We go back to our scenario, open up the router. We'll do everything slowly. I am just explaining overall for now. Once we do the scenarios, then you will understand more. So show IP route, very simple routing table. It has 2 networks connected, and yes, it has one network on the right side and one network on the left side, very simple. Then show IP ARP. This is the ARP table, address resolution protocol. Same like my local computer, a router is telling me that there is a computer, there is a server, there is a host, anything, desktop computer, laptop, mobile phone, anything which is connected. It has an IP address of this one, and it has a MAC address of this, ABC, something like that. And it is connected on, it is learned from this interface, must not be connected exactly on this. It is coming from this direction, which means it is coming from this direction, right? So these 3 kind of tables which we will discuss in practical scenario. So I hope you understand the difference between MAC address table, routing table, and the ARP table. Any question until here from anyone? Terence says clear, Tommy says clear. There are 3 tables in network communication, in switches, routers, in networks: MAC table, switching table, and routing table. Why I am telling you this? Because we are studying cyber security, and in cyber security there are different types of attacks. There are CAM overflow attacks. So CAM overflow attacks, they happen based on the MAC address table. If you don't know MAC address table, you don't know about those kind of attacks and you cannot defend. So you need to have the basic background about MAC addresses and their tables. Also routing table there, and ARP table, there is ARP poisoning attacks. ARP poisoning attacks. There are DHCP attacks. There are DNS snooping attacks. So we need to learn these basic tables so that we can make our devices more safe. If you have time this week, you can study about CAM overflow attacks. Go here to Google and just have a basic study. CAM overflow attacks. So what is a CAM overflow attack? when an attacker connects to a single or multiple and then it attacks the switch. So you can study about this one. And CAM is content table address memory and content addressable memory, sorry. And then there is ARP poisoning attack. Then you can study about what is ARP poisoning. So all of these kind of attacks, so that you have basic background. Okay, Kolavale said a question, but are the basic difference between the three tables? I told you, Kolavale, this is what we are discussing, that what is the difference. The difference is MAC tables, they exist on switches. Routing tables exist on routers. ARP tables, they exist on routers and computers. Right? Another difference between them is MAC address table gives us the correlation between MAC addresses and physical ports, that which MAC is connected on which port. Routing table gives us the correlation between the destination network and how to reach there, the next hop IP. While ARP table gives us the correlation between IP addresses and MAC addresses. If you know the IP and you don't know the MAC, you can go to this table and you can find what is the MAC address of this IP, this IP. If you know the destination but you don't know how to reach there, then you can come to the routing table and you can find from here that if you want to reach 222, you have to follow this way. And this one, if you know the MAC address and you want to know this MAC address is connected where, you can come to this table and you can find it from here. So three purposes, right? So Joshua Kinga has typed a long question. Let me see. Please, I have tried the lab several times. When I connected the laptop to the switch and then I check the MAC address table, I find all the MAC of laptop connected to it without pinging. I don't know, Joshua, maybe you are making some mistake, but I can show you on my side. So what you are saying, when I connected the laptop to the switch, then I check, but it's already connected. Joshua, the laptops are all, which scenario are you talking about? The top one or bottom? Scenario 1 or 2? If you are asking about one, okay, 1. Okay, great. So you are saying, when I connected the laptop to the switch, do you mean to connect another laptop or these two? Because they are already connected to the switch. Then I check the MAC address table. I find all the MAC of laptop connected to it without pinging. Why? Because it stays in the memory for 5 minutes, for 300 seconds, right? Another one. Okay. Yes, because if once you connect, it generates the automatic ARP as well sometime. So I understand your point. You are saying, so in this, let me move the scenario number 2 actually to the bottom so that it becomes easy that what we are discussing. Okay, so we are discussing this one now. Let me delete this. Okay, so here you are saying that as soon as you connect another computer, Joshua Kinga, so you give it an IP address to here, IP config, what are the IP? 10.0.0. Let's say 34, maybe 99, okay. And slash 255. Gateway is nothing because it's a switching. Also, it's an important point, guys. If you have a switch in between computers, the gateway is not a mandatory thing. But if there is a router in between, the gateway is a mandatory thing. And why is it so? It will be clear to you guys once we will discuss these two scenarios, which I have prepared for you guys. So wait a while until there. Let me clarify Joshua Kinga until then. So I have configured the IP address here, Joshua, and you can see, let's see, there is nothing at the moment, right? So as soon as we connect this one to here, let the spanning tree protocol get cleared, STP. Okay, let this light turn green. You can see, Joshua Kinga, it is continuously struggling. Some STP packet, some initial communication is already happening. Let's wait. Yeah, so Joshua Kinga, you can see there is nothing. It's still empty. But if I do a ping 10.0.0.1, I'm pinging from PC0 to PC8. It looks like something. Oh, we didn't apply actually. Let me disconnect. Okay, then we complete this. Then we try this. Nothing. Then we take this cable, connect from here to here, go to switch. So it depends, Joshua Kinga, actually. If there is a communication happening, any type of communication, any application layer protocol inside layer 3 IP packet, inside layer 2 frame, if it is passing through, then switch will note down. And how does it note down? I will show you. I think you have studied it in CCNA already with me. So last time, so it will be more clear to you today. So let's wait it to become green and then we check. There is nothing yet. But if there is a conflict, if there is any issue, I think then you will see that. Let's try to ping 10.0.0.1. Right? Now let's see what is there. So you can see both the computers, their MAC addresses are there. There is AAA, which is computer number A, and ADE9. Which MAC address is this, guys? ADE9. Anyone knows? You're right, Tommy and Sadio. So which MAC address? Any idea? Joshua says third. PC number which? PC number PC A, PC B, or PC 0? Which PC? Just write A, B, or 0. Okay, Red and Ernest. Yeah, it is 0. How can I check this? I can click on the computer, close this. Might be through IP or through physical, I guess. Go to modules. From here, config. FA00, and here you can see the MAC address ADE9. So ADE9 is the MAC address of this computer, not this switch port. Some people think that when we query the MAC address table, the MAC addresses, although these ports might also have MAC addresses. So if I leave here, you can see FA0/1 has a MAC address. Can you see here? I can't move my cursor. If I move, it will go away. So FA0/1 has a MAC address of 5301 in the end. 0/2 has a MAC address 5302 and so on. Even the layer 3 interfaces on the bottom, VLAN 1, VLAN 10, they also have MAC addresses. So, but in the switching table, the MAC addresses which will be installed will be the devices which are connected here. So this is very important point, okay? This type of question, many people have faced in Facebook interview, in Microsoft, Google interview, Amazon interview, the real interviews, you know, not those kind of interviews where your friend forwards your CV and you get a job. So the proper interview, they ask you these kind of logical questions to check your understanding. Okay, back. So 3 types of tables. Clear until here? Let's do the scenario, then it will be more clear for you guys. Okay. So here we have a switch and 2 computers which are connected to this switch. So let's try to understand this scenario first. So we have computer number A. You can say it's a server, it's a desktop, it's a laptop, it's an IP camera, it's a printer. What else? Do you guys have in mind any host? So it's anything, you know, which has an IP address, but it cannot be monitor. It cannot be only keyboard, only mouse. It should be a proper device, layer 3 device, end device, right? So which has an IP address of 10.0.0.1, which has a MAC address of 0000 AAA in the end. So this is a computer. Then we also have another computer computer number B, which has an IP address of 10.0.0.2 and a MAC address of 000.0BBB in the end. I have made it A and B in the end so that we can identify during the communication and it matches with the practical lab. So this is the same lab. It's easy to explain here on PowerPoint actually. This is the same lab which I am giving you today. In this lab, you guys have to complete this lab. There is no PDF with this one. You just have to follow this video lecture and try to simulate and do the practice yourself and observe how does it happen. Mainly you need to understand this. Okay. So here also we have, you can see this scenario and the scenario here in PowerPoint, they are same. Okay. Fabian says, how do we distinguish these two MAC addresses, computer and switch port MAC, if we have both in the table? How you can identify, I think this is your question, that which one is which one. So you can see from here, FA0/1 is this one. 00A is connected on the switch port FA0/1. So you can find like this. Yes, Tommy has already answered. Okay. Okay. So this switch has three tables. Sorry, this scenario has three tables. I just explained to you what is the name of this type of table. Can somebody tell me? Which type of table is this? What is the name? It happens on the switch. It resides on the switch. Olufemi, Jean, Conrado, Sadio, Movimba, Supervision, Kevin Tue, Terence, Hamim, Brian, Nohan, MacTable, Emily. Okay. Where are the other guys? Let me just see who is there and not speaking up today. So, where is Tinashi? Why not answering? Where is Aziz? Naz not answering. And Collins. Please try to take part, guys. Dismiss has answered or not. Collins says, I'm here. Very good, Collins. Olufemi. Eric Kelly. I love my mom. Kiditse never comments, never answers. Michael Adenigi. Mike Dube. Moses Mavimba also answers. Ogini Bolaji, I never saw your answer, brother. Try to take part in the class so it becomes interactive for you. And who else? Umar. Red and John answers. Ruth Kayinga, or maybe these guys are just joining today. So please try to take part, guys. It becomes easy for you to learn. Don't worry whether your answer is wrong or right, or unless you have keyboard issue or you are on mobile phone. I have missed. I have answered. Maybe you missed. Yeah, it's fine, Tinashi. I see your answers usually. Okay, so it is MAC table, right? It is called MAC address table, or you can see MAC table, or you can say CAM table, content addressable memory. Now, on each of the computer, they also have a table. So can somebody tell me what is the name of this table? What is the name? Joshua? Who else knows? Conrado? Using mobile phones, commenting is lengthy. Okay, no worries, kid. Let's see. So it's fine sometime. Jean, Muhammad, Sadio, Kalole, UNESCO, Argentina, Ernest. Very good. ARP table. So the computers have a table which is called as ARP table. And what does ARP table tell us? The relation between IP address and MAC address. Initially, when we connect the switch to two computers, this ARP table is empty and this MAC address table is also empty. So how does it gets populated? How does it get established? How it is filled? Table is there, but there is no entry. So initially, let's say we send a ping message from computer number. Let me clean everything and we start so that it becomes easy for you guys to see. So initially what happens from here, what do? Let's say we do a ping. We type a command here on this computer. We open command prompt and we type ping 10.0.0.2. So for us, it looks like very simple, but actually there are hundreds of things happening in between, in the background. So this ping is which layer protocol? Anyone knows? HTTP. Let's say we open a website. So Raden says layer 3. Okay, HTTP is which layer protocol? 7. Yes. So let's say it's a layer 7 protocol, right? Or it comes from layer 3. So we send a ping command. Now to ping this one, this computer is connected through Ethernet. And Ethernet is which layer in OSI model? Layer number 2. Why? Because this switch is a layer 2 device. This computer is a layer 7 application layer device. Like I explained to you in the start of this course, there are 7 layers in OSI model. So to pass through the switch or to get the help of the switch, we need to convert everything into a layer 2 frame and then send to the switch. So we don't know the IP address. We don't know the MAC address, and the switches, they work based on the MAC address. So to send the packet or to send the frame, we need to say the source IP, the destination IP, source MAC, and the destination MAC. So what do we know in here? Which values do we know here, guys? Anyone knows? So we want to send this packet, this layer 2 frame. So what do we know here and what we don't know? So Raden says DIP and SIP we know. Abuden says only SIP, like source IP. Okay, let me explain because not so many people are answering. So source IP, we already know. Of course, this computer knows that my IP is this one, right? So our source IP is 10.0.0.1. What is the destination IP? Do we know or we don't know? We know. Why? Because we know what we are going to ping. How do we know? Because when we were typing this command, ping 10.0.0.2, so at that time we have already mentioned in our command. So destination we already know. Source MAC, of course, we know our own MAC address. So it is AA. I will just write AA, not so many zeros, so that you understand easily. Now, this destination MAC address, do we know? No, we don't know this one. So this is what we need to find so that we can send our layer 2 frame. So to do that one, first we will send this request. We will say, guys, who has this my IP address? What is the MAC address of that computer which has this IP address? So we will ask the switch. So switch will say, the message will reach here. The switch will say, okay, wait, I can help you, but first I need to help because I'm also hungry. My table is also empty. I need to fill this. Can we fill? On which switch port the message is coming? So switch will know that this message is coming on my FA0/1 port. And what is the MAC address of the device who has sent? What is the source MAC address? AAA, right? So because it's already here in this packet which we are sending here. So it is A, and A. Now switch says, okay, I am good. I have taken my information from your, so I can help you now. So it will do what? Now the switch will do what? Switch will do a broadcast. So it will send to every other device which is connected here, here, here. And of course, switch B is also connected here. One message will come this side as well. So it will reach to B. Switch is asking what? Switch is asking that please tell me the destination MAC address of a device which has an IP of 10.0.0.2. Switch computer B will say, I can help you, but let me help myself first because I am also hungry. My table is also empty. So in its own table, B will write useful information. So from this packet which was sent from this frame, what is the useful information for B? This top row. So B came to know, because B does not want to learn about ports and all of that. So B will say, okay, I have found this useful information that there is someone which has source IP address of 10.0.0.1 and has a MAC address of AAA. So it will mention in its own table that whenever I want to send to this guy, he has a MAC address of AAA. So now he says, okay, I am happy and I can help you. So now computer B says, I am the one which you are trying to find, and this is my MAC address. So from here, computer B will reply, he will construct the same thing like this. He will say, I am the one. Now it will construct a new packet, source IP, destination IP, source MAC, destination MAC. It might look a little bit complex to the guys who are learning this first time, but when you will sit, when you will open this video again after a year, once your level will be improved, this information will be very vital for you. It will be very fruitful for you. So it's not only for today, it's for long term as well, because nobody is going to teach you so deep and in so easy way. Okay, so now what will be the source IP here? Because now B is going to send this packet. This is a reply, echo reply, or you can say ping reply. Just write the last digit. So source IP, very good. Yes, the IP of B. Source IP is now, because B is source, B is generating this green message .0.2. What is the destination? Where it wants to send? Where it wants to reply? to .1, not to switch. Switch is just intermediate device, just to relay. The actual destination is 10.0. And even switch does not have an IP address. Okay, what is the source MAC address? A or B? B. David Kayambi, you are right. So source is B. Destination is AA and A. It will construct this packet and this packet will be sent to the switch. Now when it reaches to the switch port FA0/2 from this blue cable, switch will say, okay, I can help you to send this reply packet, but I also need some extortion. I need my, my own share, because I am also hungry. I need to fill some information from this table. So what is the useful information from this table for A? This information it already knows, so it's not so useful now. This information is useful. So it has come to know that a message has come on my FA0/2. So it means there is someone which is connected on my FA0/2, which has a MAC address of BB and B. Right? So now switch says, okay, I am happy, you can proceed. So it will it do the broadcast this time, or it knows already where to send? Broadcast or no? Yes, very good, Tommy Joshua Kinga. So it will just send a straightforward message. Why? Why no broadcast this time? Because we know the destination. The broadcast only happens when we don't know the destination, right? When I want to talk to you guys, if I want to talk to Gene, so I will say, hey guys, please reply to me, whoever is Gene. But if I know who is Gene, I will say, Gene, you have to do this work tomorrow, today, something. I will just talk to him directly. No need of broadcast. If you already know to whom you are talking or where he is. Now we already know from this previous entry. Let me change the color so that. So now from this entry, we already know that AAA is connected on FA0/1. So no need to do the broadcast to so many people. Just send it to FA0/1. Why? Because we know that the destination is AAA. So why to send to everyone? So the switch will just forward this packet to this frame to here, and this frame will reach in here. So from this information, can we fill this information now, which was unknown initially? Yes. So we can fill here what? We can fill here BBB. We know that to reach to this IP address, that this person, this 10.0.0.2 has a MAC address of BBB. So This computer will say, okay, great. This is what I was looking for. Now my packet is ready. So I have source IP, I have destination IP, I have source MAC address, I have destination MAC address. And of course, the source layer 4 ports and destination layer 4 transport port are also inside the IP packet, right? So it will just craft a new packet and then send it. That's all. But before doing it, computer A will do something. What it will do? Anyone knows? Before sending the packet, it has to do something. A has to do something. It also has to fill its table. Yeah. So A will say, okay, hold a while. I got some useful information. Let me fill this one. Why are we filling? For future. So it will say, I got a useful information that there is someone which has a MAC address of BBB and it has an IP address of 10.0.2. So that next time when we want to send, we don't have to repeat this whole process of finding the destination MAC. Next time when it wants to send to B, it will just create a packet and send. That's all. So now it has filled the table. It is also happy. And now it will just send to switch. Switch already knows. Why switch knows? Because from here you can see the entry we did last time, it is useful this time. So when A sends a packet, a frame, switch already knows that it has to go here. When B replies back, B already knows. Switch again knows that where is A, it can just forward. So the communication can happen between A and B. That is why first time it is broadcast and next time it is just unicast. And that is why Joshua Kinga and everyone else, initially the switch table is empty because nobody is talking to no one. But when you do a ping or you do any activity, then the switch shows you the entries. Now let's go to the scenario. Let me show you. Okay, we are here in this scenario, the same thing which we have just done, right? We are in the computer. So initially, this is the switch. Enable show MAC dash address dash table. Is there any entry? Why there is no entry? Because there is no communication happening. But as soon as I do, there was an activity, but after 300 seconds, it clears its table to avoid the mistakes. So now we need to do an activity again. So we need to ping to someone. So we can ping the computer B. Now, if I come back to the switch, this is the switching table actually. This table is this table, and this one is these computers. Okay, now if I query again, you can see there are entries. And I hope you know now how they got these entries. Right? Can you try to pick another switch? Joshua, you can try. Let's do the scenario first. Let everyone understand this. So have you guys understood that how it has learned? It is also telling you the type. Type means the type of learning. How did it learn? Dynamically. The dynamic entries, they have a timer, 300 seconds usually in Cisco. So after 300 seconds, after 5 minutes, it automatically deletes these entries. But you can also map this statically, means you can configure it and then it will never go away. Right? Yes, Sadio, 5 minutes. Movimba says, can pinging 2 computers out of 50 going to establish the entire? No, Movimba. If there is no reply, remember? Okay, very good question, Movimba. So what is going to happen, Movimba? Let's think. Let's say there is another computer connected in here. Let's say there is another computer connected in here. So Movimba is saying, if we do the same activity, if we ping from A to B, will the switch have 5 entries now or not? Because we also have computer number A, B, C, D, and E. Anyone can answer? Yes, on the switch, Tommy. He is asking, if we ping between A and B or A and E, how many entries will be there? Only 2 entries. Why? Because you are right that switch will communicate, switch will do a broadcast, right? So message will come here. Switch is going to do the broadcast to everyone. Switch will say, guys, I am finding someone who has a MAC address of BBB and in here. But only B is going to reply so that the switch can learn. These guys will stay silent because they will say that the message is not from them. They will learn this from the destination MAC. So immediately they will know that the message was not from them. The same thing, remember we just did the same scenario. In the start, we placed a computer in here. So you guys can try, make it 5 computers and just check how many entries are there. So there will be 2 entries. You ping someone else, there will be 3. Ping someone else, 4, and then 5. Okay, only one request and one answer. Yes, David is right. Very good, David. No response from others. Tinashi says no reply from others for an update. Movimba says okay, thank you. Abiodun says CDE might not be on the same network. Yeah. Any question from anyone? Joshua Kinga, now you can ask the question. You are asking me to replace the switch. Do you think there is a problem with the switch or what is the thing? Any question from anyone? Okay, if it's clear, guys, please write C clear so that we can move on. No gateway when using a switch. Kalole says, okay, why there is no gateway? Kalole, are you asking this, brother, or you are telling? So you are asking, right? I think. So Kalole is asking why there is asking, okay, great. Why gateway? So in this whole scenario, Kalole, you might have observed that there was no need of gateway. But when we will do this scenario, you will see that whenever we want to send a message and we don't know the destination, then we will need this gateway so that we can send the message there. So after this second scenario, your concept will be more clear, Kalole. So wait for this scenario and then it will be more clear. Yes, there is LAN only, there is no WAN, there is no layer 3, it's only layer 2. Any other question from anyone? So now I think you also know why there are these tables, why MAC address table, why routing table, why ARP table. So I wanted to clarify this in detail so that you ask more question, you clarify it. I didn't want to move to layer 4 for transport, TCP and UDP. Any question? If somebody is typing long question, can wait for them. So now we can have a break for 15 minutes and then we will discuss this scenario. So during this break, please think about it. How is it happening? Try to play this video again and again, especially this part where we discuss this scenario. Try to do it on paper and pen. Joshua Kinga, you especially, and all other guys, try to write it on a pen and paper, with a pen on a paper, and try to think why is it happening like this. Mohammed says, so router will have 2 tables. Yes, routers have 2 tables. I just showed you. Remember? This one. So it has an ARP table, which you can find through show IP ARP. It has a routing table, which you can find through show IP route. That's why routers are expensive. You can see it has to do so many jobs. Switches job, that is easy. Mohammed says, okay, Mobile says, are we going to study BGP in the session? Not Mobile, BGP is too advanced for this course, but usually I do those short lectures like one-time session on MPLS and all of that. So if you guys are more interested in BGP, so I will do a session on BGP as well during or after the course. Anything which you guys are more interested, if wherever we get more requests, so we will do those sessions as well. And tomorrow we will learn about layer 4 transport, about TCP, UDP. And next week, Saturday, we will learn about application layer. And then there will be holiday, and then there will be final exam on these dates. Let me tell you the schedule while somebody is typing the questions. So today we are studying this data forwarding layer 2, layer 3. Tomorrow there will be transport. And then next Saturday on 6th or sorry 7th, there will be application layer, and then there will be holiday on 13th and 14th, also on Sundays. So for you guys to prepare your final exam, then there will be final exam on 22nd of August. So we are a bit behind the schedule, but we don't want to rush. We want you guys to prepare properly. So guys, and admin, please note 22 August, there will be exam for networking. Let me write here, 22nd August will be exam for you guys. Yes, online exam for networking sub course. Then our networking will be finished. Yes, it will be online exam, just like your quizzes, and there will be marks and gradings as well for you. Also, please finish your NetAcad, your other things until then if you are behind. So please finish, and then after that, on next week, after that, Gene, we will start Python, and we'll include PHP, Java, and those things as well. Kiditsi says structure of the exam, it will be 50 question, Kiditsi. Admins will write the format for you. Don't worry, it's not very high level exam or something, just it's a revision and it's a good understanding, because it will give you a good revision, good understanding for networking, because networking is very important. So many of you have requested the thing. And Abiodan Skolawala says the exam for all of the we have learned so far. No, only this networking course. Only networking. Routing, switching, TCP, UDP, these kind of things. Okay, not the first month. That month we finished already cybersecurity. Okay, guys, break for 15 minutes and then we will discuss this scenario. If you have any question, please type in the chat window during the break so that I can explain. But please pay attention, finish your IP subnetting short course.